20 years. That's how long Nigerians waited to receive money through PayPal, not send, receive. And last week, it finally happened. But here's what nobody's talking about. PayPal didn't come back because they wanted to. They came back because they had to. In 2004, PayPal locked out Nigeria, Ghana too. The reason? Fraud concerns. For 2 decades, Nigerian freelancers, designers, developers, writers, they all had to use workarounds. Grey market solutions, Western Union, Bitcoin, friends with foreign accounts. Meanwhile, guess what Nigeria did? They built their own financial system, and it's now processing $754 billion annually. So when PayPal announced they're coming back, through a partnership with Nigerian Fintech Paga, the internet had questions. Let me take you back to 2005. Tayo Oviosu, a Nigerian working in America, kept thinking, why can't we build a PayPal for Africa? PayPal had just shut Nigeria out. So he decided to build a solution himself. Fast forward to 2013, Oviosu emails PayPal proposing a partnership. They ignored him. 2014, PayPal partners with First Bank of Nigeria. Sounds good, right? Wrong. You could only send money, not receive. 2021, PayPal partners with Flutterwave. Progress? Barely. Only businesses benefited. Regular people still locked out. Then something interesting happened. While PayPal was blocking Nigerians, Nigeria was building. Paga grew to 21 million users. Flutterwave became Africa's largest payment infrastructure. Paystack got acquired by Stripe for $200 million. Digital payments in Nigeria hit 1.07 quadrillion. Naira in 2024, that's $754 billion, up from $422 billion the year before. Nigeria now has over 30 million active mobile wallet users. But here's where it gets spicy. PayPal processed $1.68 trillion globally in 2024. They are massive, but their growth is slowing in Western markets. They need Africa. Specifically, they need Nigeria's 200 million people and booming tech economy. So last week, PayPal finally made it official. Through Paga, Nigerians can now link PayPal accounts to Paga wallets, receive payments from 200 plus countries, withdraw instantly in Naira, even receive money from Venmo users in the US for merchants. Access to 400 million PayPal users globally accept payments in 25 currencies. The irony? Tayo Oviosu, the guy they ignored 13 years ago, is now their gateway into Nigeria. PayPal is what inspired Paga, Oviosu told reporters. PayPal was an example I had in mind when I thought, why can't we build a PayPal for Africa? Now PayPal needs Paga to exist in Nigeria. But let's talk about what this really means. This isn't just PayPal being generous, this is strategy. See, in September 2025, PayPal committed $100 million to the Middle East and Africa. They're partnering with M-Pesa in Kenya, Cash Plus in Morocco, TerraPay across the region. They're calling it PayPal World, a platform where you don't need a full PayPal account. You just connect your local wallet. It's PayPal admitting they can't win the wallet war in Africa. So instead of forcing Africans to use PayPal, they're building a bridge to wallets Africans already use. Smart? Absolutely. Late? Definitely. Think about it. Kenya's M-Pesa processes $300 billion annually. Africa accounts for 70% of global mobile money transactions. PayPal missed 2 decades of this growth because they were worried about fraud. Meanwhile, African fintechs figured out compliance, KYC, anti-fraud systems, all of it. Here's how it actually works. You log into the Paga app, link your PayPal account. That's it. When someone sends you money via PayPal, say, a client in New York, it hits your PayPal account. You can keep it in dollars if you want, or convert to Naira at market rates, not bank rates, market rates. Then use it however you need. Spend via Paga's Visa card. Transfer to your bank account. Pay bills. Send to other Paga users. For businesses, you onboard through PayPal's merchant platform. Then you can accept PayPal payments on your website. Paga handles the local settlement in Naira. Oviosu says the next phase is opening this up fully on Paga's merchant gateways for larger business transactions. Now, before you celebrate, remember something. When PayPal announced in December 2025 they were exploring Africa, Nigerians dragged them online. Hard. 20 years of being called fraudsters, 20 years of workarounds, 20 years of being told your country isn't supported. And now PayPal shows up with a $100 million fund like it's 2004. One Twitter user put it perfectly. PayPal treated us like criminals for 20 years. Now they want our market? Make it make sense. But here's the thing. This partnership could actually work. Not because PayPal suddenly became benevolent, but because they're finally playing by Africa's rules. And PayPal isn't alone. Visa just invested in MoneyPoint, Nigeria's fastest growing fintech. American Express partnered with Flutterwave. International processors like Asia Finance secured licenses to offer Naira collections. Every global payments company is trying to get into Nigeria right now. Why? Because Nigeria's digital economy is exploding. The government is pushing cashless policies. Young people are online. E-commerce is growing. But more importantly, Nigeria figured out digital payments without them. And that's the threat. If African payment systems continue scaling independently, connecting with each other across borders, Western payment giants become irrelevant on a continent of 1.4 billion people. PayPal sees this, so they're pivoting from build everything ourselves to partner with who's already winning. So what changes for the average Nigerian? Freelancers on Upwork, Fiverr, TopTal, they can finally get paid directly. No more $50 Western Union fees. No more waiting for someone in the US to cash out for you. Content creators getting YouTube ad revenue through PayPal straight to your Paga wallet. Small businesses selling digital products globally. You can finally accept PayPal without complicated workarounds. And for merchants, you're tapping into 400 million potential customers overnight. But here's what's really interesting. This brings more dollars into Nigeria's formal financial system. In a country struggling with dollar liquidity and Naira depreciation, every dollar that comes through official channels helps. Now, will this be perfect? Probably not. There will be limits. There will be compliance issues. There will be accounts that get flagged or frozen because that's how PayPal operates everywhere. The question is whether PayPal learned anything from 20 years in exile, whether they understand that Nigerian fintechs aren't just partners, they're equals who built what PayPal refused to build. Otto Williams, PayPal's head for the Middle East and Africa, says they're here to listen, learn, and support. He's Nigerian, by the way. Maybe that helps. Paga processed $11.98 billion in 2025 across 169 million transactions. They're expecting the PayPal partnership to significantly increase those numbers, especially from international inflows. But the bigger story is what happens next. Because if this works, if PayPal successfully integrates with African payment systems, it sets a template. Other global companies will follow. More partnerships, more integrations, more legitimacy for African fintech. And that's the real victory here. Not that PayPal came back, but that they came back on Africa's terms, using African infrastructure, following African compliance standards, partnering with African companies as equals. 20 years ago, PayPal shut out Nigeria citing fraud concerns. Today, they're partnering with a Nigerian company to access one of the world's most sophisticated digital payment markets. The irony isn't lost on anyone. Tayo Oviosu spent 13 years building what PayPal refused to give Nigeria. Now PayPal needs Oviosu to operate in Nigeria. That's not just a comeback story. That's proof that when you lock people out, they don't stop. They build their own door. And eventually, you have to knock on it. PayPal just knocked. Nigeria answered. Let's see if they can keep up. If you're in Nigeria and you've been waiting for this, drop a comment. Are you linking your PayPal to Paga? Or do you trust the workarounds you've built? And if you're watching from anywhere else, ask yourself, what happens when the markets you ignored become the markets you need? See you in the next one.